life in Beverly Hills is a game, and I make the rules.
Attention, Real Housewife junkies. This rundown is for you. The Real Housewives franchise has created a reality show binge-watching epidemic like no other. The Housewives have given us countless memorable moments over the years, so we here at Clevver felt it was way overdue that we bring you a rundown of some of the craziest and most ridiculous Real Housewives moments to date. Kicking things off with the ladies of Beverly Hills. If you follow the show, it should come as no surprise that Brandi Glanville has landed the first coveted spot on our list. Brandi really wanted Emmy Award-winning actress Eileen to act out a scene from Days of Our Lives. Well, when Eileen kindly declined, Brandi took it upon herself to do this. Eileen was just as shocked as the rest of the world when Brandi chucked a glass of wine into the poor woman's face and then laughed about it. Brandi later explained herself, saying that she sloshed the wine in Eileen's face because with both Eileen and Lisa present, she wanted to play soap opera.
I told you that crazy.
Speaking of people being slightly off their rocker, let's welcome former New York housewife Kelly Bensimon into the list. Kelly was a rather eccentric character during her time on the show, and if you're a Housewives of New York fan, you may remember when Kelly went completely bonkers on the Scary Island episode.
I was having nightmares. I threw up. I feel like you're trying to kill me every night, and I threw up. She was like channeling, like, I don't know, like a vampire. Witch hunt. They're like a witch hunt. It's like freaking Hades in here.
Was it the result of drugs, exhaustion, jet lag, or perhaps just a daggone sugar high? But we don't know, but the girlfriend lost it. And you know who else lost it? Teresa Giudice from The Real Housewives of New Jersey on season 1 when she flipped the F out on Danielle.
Was arrested. Prostitution whore. You were f***ing gay 19 times. Coming to my trap.
I was convinced Danielle was about to be eaten, but luckily she remained untouched. The table, however, was not so lucky. Moving on, as I'm sure you know, there have been plenty of moments of cray-cray throughout the history of the Real Housewives seasons, like when Camille Grammer's medium friend Allison DuBois joined the ladies for a dinner party, for example, and totally crossed the line, calling out Kyle's marriage, all while getting her Puff the Magic Dragon on with her vaporizing cigarette. Peep this madness.
Let me tell you something right now. All of this is unimportant to me. I have 4 beautiful children. Look how she turns her head like this.
Fuck off. I can tell you when she will die and what will happen to her family. I love that about me.
Yeah, Puff Smoky Smoke took that one way too far. Another moment that was taken way too far was when Real Housewife of New York, Aviva Drescher, had enough of the accusations and threw her prosthetic leg onto the table during an argument. I cannot make this stuff up, people.
The only thing that is artificial or fake about me is this.
You know what else isn't always permanently secured? Kim Zolciak's wig to her head. And in the early season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sheree Whitfield decided to put Kim's wig to the test.
Liar.
Bitch.
You have no class. Wait a minute. Oh, now I ain't got no class.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Get your f***ing hands off.
So thankfully, Kim's wig remained securely in place. But did anybody else notice who was with her?
Hey, Mr. Lindsay Lohan, Daddy, you hold on 1 second.
I don't want you guys to fight.
You carry your ass back to Malibu.
What? Why was Lindsay Lohan's dad there? But that wasn't the last altercation in the infamous Kim and Nene saga. Thankfully, these two are friends again, but for a while, they had a falling out that left a real sour taste in the mouths of all Real Housewife fans. And it all started with the infamous choke threat on the bus.
You had the right word out of my mouth. I'll toss you out the window.
My neck.
I will snap your neck. Snap your neck and pop your eyeballs out all at the same time. Boop, boop.
The terror on Kim's face was priceless, but Kim was not the only housewife making funny faces. Let's reminisce on Ramona Singer's bug-eyed catwalk on The Real Housewives of New York. Miss J. Alexander would not approve.
Keep your day job.
There's no doubt that The Real Housewives seasons are chock full of absolutely ridiculous moments. So after an appropriate open from Miss Deer in Headlights, let's move into the WTF chapter of our rundown. First up is the moment when Miss Portia Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta legitimately thought that the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad.
Well, there has to be an opening for the railroad at some point, because somebody's driving the train. It's not electric like what we have now. It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Personally, I don't think you should ever call anybody dumb, and I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but girl.
That's a damn shame.
Next up in the WTF Housewife chapter is that one time when Tariq and Mikhail Salahi crashed President Obama's state dinner.
Last night's state dinner at the White House turns out it's tonight's history-making security breach. Who are these people?
Secret Service, you had one job. How do two random people get into the White House for a flippin' state dinner uninvited? But of course, this WTF section wouldn't be complete without Kenya Moore's Gone with the Wind fabulous twirl moment on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And I'm still fabulous.
Well, you better preach now.
Right? Fabulous. Gone with the Wind, fabulous. Okay? Thank you.
Well, all right now.
Like, what just happened? That moment was the twirl heard around the world, and it slowly and unfortunately became a thing to say. Even Beyonce jumped on the bandwagon.
Gone with the Wind, fabulous.
And now, the final section of our Housewives rundown is reserved for the blowouts. The ladies of Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Jersey, New York, Orange County, Miami, and DC have their classy moments, but sometimes the gloves come off and it turns into full-on jungle madness. It was the Real Housewives of Miami who were the first misses to have a physical fight on camera in the history of the Real Housewives. Messy. And well, from that moment on, the epidemic of Real Housewife catfights just kept on coming.
You have no idea what's right.
I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea. No idea.
No idea. When that baby comes out, I have no idea what I have. You are a piece of shit.
And finally, the Real Housewives moment of all moments that will go down in Housewife Bravo Network history is the infamous Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion show, Throwdown.
And you sitting up here trying
You
to act like
are a dumb hoe. Shut up. Yeah, you want to hear me? Fired. I will you up. I will get fired. No.
Okay, there have been a lot of debates about this moment, and violence should never be condoned, but everybody knows it was only a matter of time before somebody snapped on Kenya. I'm just saying. All right, so that's our list, but before we go, we have to take a moment to acknowledge the hilarity of all the Real Housewives who've wanted to be pop stars. Come on, bitches.
If every bridge was burned down,
Money can't buy your class.
fabulous. I'm gone with the wind, fabulous. Now twirl.
Oh, reality television, there's nothing quite like it. So which of these moments are some of your favorites? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and then click right over here to check out the most ridiculous moments from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Thanks for watching Clevver. I'm Erin Robinson, and I'll see you next time.